Hello everyone. Today I am start the topic histogram. So what is histogram? A histogram is a graphical. So what is histogram? A histogram is a graphical representation of a group frequency distribution of data. Okay, that is, group data can be represented by a graph called histogram. Okay, now steps of construction of a histogram. Okay. So first step one. First step, make the class intervals along x-axis on a suitable table scale. Step 2. Okay, no need to write, I discuss only here. Step 2, mark the frequencies on y-axis on a suitable table. So frequencies on y-axis. Okay, frequency y-axis. Construct a rectangle. Steps 3. Construct rectangles with class intervals as a base and corresponding class frequencies as height. That means, okay, I will give an example, that time I will discuss about it. Okay, so what is the question and what is the step 3? We draw rectangle base is class interval and height frequencies. Okay, in previous video I already discussed how to choose a suitable scale. Okay, here written suitable scale, x-axis on a suitable scale. Okay, in previous video I already discussed about it, how to choose a suitable scale. Okay, next I am going to introduce class interval, class size, class mark, upper limit, lower limit, class frequency by an example, and steps of construction I will show by an example. Okay, so I take an example first. Example I written here the question. The question is, the following is the frequency distribution of weight double weight written here, weight of 40 students. So weight, so 45 to 55 students, 50 to 55 9 students, 55 to 60 16 students, 55 to 65 7 students, 65 to 70 3 students. So total, that means total students 40 if we add the all values. And what is frequency? In first chapter of statistics you already learned about it. Frequency, that means number of the value, how many times repeated, or number of values, how many values are there of same type. That means number of students 5, so 5 is the frequency. Okay, so class interval, these are 45 to 50, 50 to 55, 55 to 60, 60 to 65. These are called class interval. Okay, class intervals. Okay, and what is the class size? Class size of an interval. So class size, that means how much long is the class. Okay, that means 45 to 50. So length of the class size is 5. That means, first this one called upper limit or lower limit of this class interval, and 50, this one upper limit of the class interval. Okay, so class size, that means upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit 50 and lower limit 45. So value of class size is 45 5. Okay, and these are the calls class frequency. That means frequency for this class. Class frequency of this interval is 5. That means 45 to 50 kg weights that type of students present 5, or that type of number of students is 5. That means there are 5 students whose age lies between 45 to 50. Meaning of frequency. Okay, similar, number of students 9. That means 9 students are there, those age belong to 50 to 55. Okay, so 9 is the frequency, because we know that frequency, that means the number how many time one value repeated. Okay, so 9 is the class frequency. Okay, very easy. Then class mark, that means upper limit plus lower limit by 2. Class mark of any class mark, we can find class mark of class intervals. So if the question is class mark of the first interval, what is the class mark of the first interval? So class mark of the first interval 45 plus 50 by 2. That means upper limit, lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Okay, so 95 by 2, and it become okay. Otherwise video is very much lengthy, so I will solve here now. So first, what is the process? The process is okay. I need question also. That's why I tear the page. So in previous video, I already told how to draw an bar graph. Okay. So first we draw two axes, OX and OY. OX and OY. Horizontal is OX and vertical is OY. So it is X or 0. It is origin starting from here, so it is 0. It is Y. Okay. So OX OY. Now make the class intervals along x-axis. Okay, so it is x-axis. I already discussed about it in first video, how to draw a bar graph. If you have problem, then please first you see my first video. Okay, so make the class interval along x-axis on a suitable scale. Okay, so 45 to 50, 50 to 55. Oh, some points on histogram. So in histogram, the birds always we draw vertically. Okay, and there is no gap between two birds. Okay, very important thing. And the all bird can be represented vertically. And that means always class intervals. We take the class intervals in x-axis, and the frequency, that means number of student, number of week. Okay, in y-axis, that means vertically. Okay, so class interval horizontally and frequencies vertically. Okay, in case of bar graph, if we draw the birds horizontally, then also correct. But in case of histogram, we can't draw the bird horizontally. Always the birds are in vertical. Okay, so it is centimeter graph, and 10 small square equal to 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter, that means 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Okay, so total is 120. So if first we give some gap, because if we give some gap, then it look better. And the first value is 45. So we try to start after some small square, because 45 and this point is called origin. That means here 0 0, starting with 1 2 3 4 in this way. Okay, so 45. So if we take 45 as 45 is small square, then it is not possible to draw here. So symbolically we write in this way here. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? There are so many small square, and up to here the value is 45. Actually the small square in this or here 20, but first value is 45. So we define in this way. There are more small divisions. Okay, that's why we give that one, because otherwise 0 to 45 it is not 45. Then we measure it as usual. Okay, so 45 to 50. So if we take one small division and 1 unit of class interval, then the words become very small, and it is not like good or not like better. That's why we take 5 unit, 45 to 50, 5 unit equal to 10 small square. So always in horizontal line or in x-axis we take the class intervals. That means here the class intervals are in weight. So here weight in kg. Okay, so 45 to 50, then 50 to 55 in this way, and 1 2 3 4 5. So 1 2 3 4 5 but so it's like good. Okay, and frequency, always the frequencies in y-axis or vertical axis, and frequency, that means here number of students, or you can write frequency, no problem. Okay, now how to choose an suitable scale in this way. So the height of the bird, if we draw the height of the bird up to this, then it is not look better. That's why we try to draw an histogram with height that much, then it is like good. So 10 small square, 20 small square, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, 100. So up to 100 we can take. That means we cover the greatest frequency by 100 small square. Okay, so here what is the greatest value? 16 is the greater frequency. Okay, or 16 is the greatest frequency. So we are trying to fit 16 in 100 small square. That means 16 covered by 100 small square. 100. So one student, 16 student covered by 100 small square. So one student covered by 100 by 16. That means 425. So 4 4 ja 4 4 ja 4 4 ja 4 5 ja 20. So if we take, it is value 4 5 4 6 point something. So if we take one student equal to 6 point something small square or 6 small square, then total is covered. Okay, then nearest 100 is covered, because we done here 16 students equal to 100. So one student equal to 6.5. 6 point something. So if we take 6, then it's 6 or nearest value to 6, then it is likely better. And 1 equal to 5. Okay, so 6. So if we take 6, then we need to count. But if we take 5, then no need to count. Here there is a scope to draw it by easier way, because if we take 5, then no need to count 5, 10, 5, then 10. If we take 1 student equal to 6, then we need to count where is 6, where is 12. So it is better we take 1 students equal to 1 student equal to 5 small square, small division. 5 small division. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20. So second step is, sorry for the other sound. Someone working is there. I have no choice to restart again the video. So please cooperate with me and try to listen the voice properly. So second is frequency along y-axis. We take in the frequencies. Okay. Next, draw a rectangle, base, class interval, and height is the frequencies. So the question is the frequency is 5. So 5 is the height. It is height, and 45 to 50 is the base. So we draw as birds. Next is 50 to 55. 55. Okay. 50 to 55. The frequency is 9. So 50 to 55, length of the bar or height of the bar is 9. So 9 here. 9. Sorry, 9. Next, 50 to 55 to 60, value is 16. Length of the bar 16. 16 where 16. Next, 60 to 65. 65. The value is 7. So 7 where? 7. 7 and 65 to 70 is 3. 3, that means here. You can shaded it by pencil, or in this way you can, not necessary, but if you give this kind of a small line segment or shaded by pencil, then it's like look better. Okay, so very easy. The only one thing, a most important thing is there, how to choose the suitable scale. So I told here in previous video, I already told how to choose. So if you have problem, then you can see the previous video. And the questions of the books are very easy. The questions are like, in which interval the weight is maximum. Okay, so maximum, that means bigger. So it is very easy. I shown here one example. This picture given in the question, and the question is, what is the total number of students over whom our study has been conducted? So total number of students, that means 10, 25 plus 15, 5 plus 1. This one total number of students. 10, 25, 16, 5 plus 1. Total number. Which time interval has the maximum number of students studying? So maximum it is. So which time interval? 3 hour to 6 hour. The maximum number of students studying. So this type of question very easy. So I think there is no problem. Solve the exercise 19b, and in next video I will discuss about pie chart.